On today's IRS tax refund update, with the start of the 2025 tax season finally arriving, we will recap the latest, including the first round of tax refunds already scheduled for release for some early tax filers. And from there, we will take a look at the top causes of those refund delays. Some of you will experience this tax season as well as tax topic code 152 and those encountering no updates to their tax transcripts. Now, starting out with the latest as tax return processing has officially started with no technical issues to report, and a majority of tax returns are scheduled to be processed and refunds released within 21 days of filing. Now, we have already heard reports from several of our viewers who filed early this year that their tax returns were part of the IRS test batch, which is the process where the IRS designates a select amount of tax returns for early processing while testing out their systems before the official start date of the tax season. And a number of those early returns have already been processed with refunds approved and set for a release date of January 29th, as confirmed by both the refund status result and tax transcript seen here. And if you are part of this refund release date, while most will receive that direct deposit refund by January 29th, do allow up until February 3rd for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. As a reminder for those of you early filers, if you are claiming either the Earned Income Tax Credit or additional child tax credit, that your refunds will be on hold until mid-February due to the PATH Act, which is federal law that is in place to allow the IRS additional processing time to review the claims for those credits. Now, when it comes to, specifically to the child tax credit, this rule applies to the advanced child tax credit portion, and not the standard child tax credit, which often causes confusion each year, and no refund containing either EITC or ACTC will be released before mid-February. Now, with many tax filers checking the IRS website for updates on their tax refunds, they are likely to encounter one of the messages like seen here, with a majority encountering tax topic, code 152. Now, this code is a normal code, and it should be one you can expect to see, as it represents your tax return is currently being processed with a majority of returns being processed within the normal 21-day processing window. However, if you encounter tax topic, code 151, that does represent a potential issue with your tax return, which could be due to a variety of things such as a possible entry error or income reported that needs to be verified. And it is also important to note that Where's My Refund may not always update even after the refund has been cleared for release. So, it is important to check your tax transcripts for further information. Moving on to those tax transcripts, as we are already hearing from early filers who are indicating there has still been no update to their tax transcripts, and again, that is going to be expected, as some updates to your transcripts may not take place up to 4 weeks after you filed your tax return, with likely indications being your transcript is blank and says no, tax return filed, or the letters NA appear in place of tax year 2024 when attempting to access your tax transcript. And again, this is perfectly normal to appear in the days after filing your return. And it is also important to note that tax transcripts are not updated daily. Instead, they are updated weekly, depending on your transcript cycle code, which will not be available until your transcript has entered the system for processing now to ensure your tax return has been accepted. Check the status of your tax return using the tax filing software you used, which will confirm status. On the topic of tax filing software, there is a chance some filers will have their tax returns rejected, encountering a message similar to the one seen here now. Oftentimes, this is due to a simple reason such as the wrong social security number was entered, or the wrong dependent information was entered, a mismatch of information from a tax form, or you were missing a identity protection PIN, which was assigned by the IRS and needed when submitting your tax return, which is often the case for those who previously were subject to tax identity theft in the past. And finally, moving on to one of the major causes of refund delays, which we have seen in the past several years, is the need to complete ID verification, in which you will encounter the action required message as seen on the far left, indicating that you need to verify your identity and tax return information. And as we have seen in past years, those under this category will receive a letter from the IRS in the mail, listing a 14-digit control number, which you will need to proceed with the verification online. Now, one bit of good news is that the verification in most cases can be completed online in a matter of minutes. And if successful, the refund that was placed on hold will be released as the IRS states within 9 weeks. However, we have seen that average wait time around the 3-week mark, But do remember, if you are asked to complete ID verification, it must be done before the refund is released. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.